How's it going, guys? Tranquil here. This gameplay wasn't originally going to be uploaded, but I had quite a few troubles recording it yesterday, so I decided just to upload this 8's gameplay just to get a video out for today. So, in this commentary, I just want to go over what has happened for leverage in the past few months, and also my opinion on some tactics for this particular DOM map. I really don't know how I'm going to be able to speak for the 10, 11 minutes, however long that the gameplay actually is. I'm not sure, but I'll try my best, guys. So let me just start off by explaining my class. Basically, I am using this gun because I played a scrim the other day versus a random team, and there was this one kid using this gun, and he was absolutely wrecking people. I just couldn't understand it. I think it is really an underrated gun, in my opinion. It isn't as strong as the R5, and it has a little more recoil than the SC 2010, but I have noticed with my playstyle at least and my aiming that I do get a lot of headshots. You'll see this throughout the game. It's a perfect mix, in my opinion, of an SMG and an AR because it still has that good hipfire accuracy and that maneuverability that the SMGs need. The Honey Badger, it is an attempt at a crossbreed, but that silencer and the rigid aim it has just means you can't use it the way you need to for an SMG to be effective. On this particular class, I'm running a foregrip and a red dot. I highly recommend trying this gun out, guys. I think since it hasn't been seen used much by pros, people automatically think it won't be good for them. So, guys, at the end of the day, it all comes down to personal preference. As long as you're happy and you're comfortable with the gun and the playstyle, it's all good. So, a few tips for competitive on this map. If you spawn the side we spawned, I think it's the ghost side. I'm not sure if that's correct. You need to hold the C and the B flags. That would be the preference for this side, but remember, it changes through situations. So if you see an opportunity or a flaw with the strat, then obviously you need to address it. So for this ghost side, you absolutely need someone holding that top drug control. If you don't know what top drug is, it's the building right by the B dom with the big awning you can walk on, you can jump on from that truck. I'm sure you guys know where it is. The enemy team will be pushing from the middle red truck just outside Bakery. It's that big building in the middle of their side, and from the alley. So the alley is just that alleyway with the gates just right of B-Dom. So you don't need someone specifically in top drug, though there is many places that you can sit that can hold that B control. The rest of your team should be sitting watching the right and the left sides of the map, making sure they get those cutoffs. Because teams will very rarely rush for mid, and if they do, they'll have to smoke the B flag to push on it. And you can use this to your advantage if you learn how to rotate the map correctly. If they smoke the B flag, you can push the far left side and come around their tank to flank them from behind. This pincer or claw tactic, whatever you want to call it, can be really successful because you can get the enemy team in a bit of a spawn trap if you have a good shooter on the right garage side because they're going to be spawning that back diamond store. That's the right side of this map from the ghost side. So they're going to be spawning back there and they're going to be trying to push back up to gain that control. So if you have a good shooter on that right side, you can easily cut them off for the 20, 30 seconds that you need to gain that lead over Federation. Basically, for this ghost side spawn, all you need to do is hold down that position for as long as you can, and you'll pretty much be set for the W. Now, for the Federation side, it is a bit harder. You spawn right by the garage, and you have two options for Federation side. Either you push two mid with one of those guys in alley to make sure they don't get the cutoff, one guy to cap your home flag, and one guy to rotate the right side to try slay the guys out of the ghosts out of top drug. Now, that's going to be really hard for that guy going right. I highly recommend he uses an SMG because they're already going to be in top drug by the time he gets there. Now, this tactic can work for teams that run more AR than sub, and and they prefer a sitting back playstyle. The second tactic you can use is send one man mid with smoke, and this guy needs to just make sure that they won't rush B dom. But they're spawning ghost side, so ghost side doesn't normally rush B dom off the start. They're gonna wait till they have that top drug control to actually make a push for the B dom. So you send one guy down that mid, you send one man to your home base to cap your home flag, and then you do something a little different. You send two people left through to the seaside and you stop the ghosts from capping their home flag. You can actually get there if you run marathon and whatever the perks are, those speed perks, before the ghosts are actually able to cap C. So it's still going to be neutral. So if you do play this tactic, you will hold A and C control, but spawns will be split depending on where you place your guys. Now, this can actually work because it takes the numbers away from the ghosts. It means that they can't use that B top drug advantage against the Federation. Now, this tactic is definitely better for teams that can run subs, that wait behind corners for those rotates to the home flag, and then you just slay them off. This tactic really has worked great for us in the past, guys. I highly recommend it. Feel free to comment below if you have suggestions on tactics for the map, guys. Also, just one more thing to add about that. If they do rotate a home flag and they manage to slay your two guys off for how many they are defending those flags, remember now that's your opportunity to push the B flag. That gives you that window open to give you an extra advantage over them. So as long as you keep applying that pressure to the enemy team, they're definitely gonna feel the pressure. So if they work, if the tactics that you like, comment but down below. If they work, they'll probably get voted up. I know I'll vote them up, but please don't comment that these tactics don't work, guys. I promise you, they will work for your team if they have the coordination and the teamwork to make those plays. It is rarely reliant on timing and situational plays, but basically, if you can pull that off, you pretty much have the win. I'm going to go on now to talk a bit about leverage. Basically, leverage over the past 2 months has been putting a lot of focus on our public relations and our PC divisions. We have been putting a lot of effort into our Dota 2 and our League of Legends teams. We think they're really successful, and we feel that these are currently the most prestigious titles for esports in South Africa at the moment. We have put a bit of a hold on our Xbox division just to test out our new roster of Haunted, Miggy, Squiggles, and Monster. Hopefully, they will be able to represent Leverage Esports at the caliber we're looking for. I'd also like to just say thanks to the sponsors of the 2014 season, just for giving us the opportunity to play under their names. We're really proud about that. We are working closely with Gamers Apparel. All of the sponsors' links will be left in the description, by the way, guys. Yeah, so as I was saying, we are working closely with Gamers Apparel just to organize our jerseys to get shipped over here for all our teams. We're really excited about that. This is coming to the end of the commentary, guys. My throat is getting a bit sore now. So just a few final things before I go. We have managed to communicate with a few international teams and noticed that a lot of people outside of South Africa want to be a part of Leverage, mainly being a North American and European demographic. So in the next video, I'll be explaining if we will be picking up a EU or NA roster and what criteria that roster will need to meet. We have been testing a bit of teams from the EU circuit. We have one team that's going to be competing in EGL just to test that out. But for now, guys, this has been Tranquil. I'm going to leave you with the rest of the gameplay. It becomes a 3v4 because Haunted, he goes AFK, but so we do get pretty destroyed in the second round. But yeah, gonna leave you with the rest of the gameplay and some chilled music to see you on your way. Cheers, guys.